think everything audio should be fine. Might need to bring the microphone a little closer to myself here. Okay. How to get comfortable without screwing everything up. Might have to adjust the settings for the audio in a sec. Well, that goes to the side. Additional 2 decibels. Probably in the filters. Here we go. Threshold. The noise gate. Game's gonna be a bit loud right now. It'll be fine. No, this goes on the right side. That's the right side. The left. And that should be good. Alright. Now to play the game. Been a while. Not being reasonable. This is the internet. Okay, which one of these is it? Actually, I haven't opened up Minecraft. Once I got the new hard drives or the new USBs. So I think this is correct. It should be. It should take a long time to load, so yeah. If it does, then it's probably right. So checking the audio sources here. Okay, if I look down towards the microphone, it'll come out nicely. Nice and loud. Okay. I should probably increase this a bit. Additional... I mean, it'll be kind of quiet. It's probably fine. That's probably fine. Okay, we'll open up the back of these things. Now I should be able to see the chats to show up. Here we go. I started this thing December 26th, 2022. Wow, it's been a while. I'm sweating. You're supposed to sweat when you play this. I just hot. It was raining a little bit ago, thunderstorm and whatnot. Yes, of course. A little far from the TV, but I'm at villagers. Also, my rotation. Well, maybe that's just me. I gotta get used to it. Just me. But here I just either gone to sleep, I think. Yeah, just went to sleep. And according to my context clues, I sort of measured out the distance required for... I can do that again. I still remember the controls. Hell yeah. There. Use the pumpkins to map this out a little. Okay, so pillars. According to me, the glass sections are called units. They consist of 3 by 5. So from here, it is 2 units before putting down a pillar when it turns. That's this. This should technically line up perfectly with it. Afterwards, it's 4 units of area between pillars. In which case, the next pillar should be right around there. Doesn't seem exactly lined up. That's probably just my perspective. Yeah, the math checks out. Should be right there. After those 2 pillars, I'll add an additional unit here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar there where that pumpkin is. Then an additional 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pillar being in this corner. Perfectly fine. And that's it. That should work. So yeah, everything's fine. Now all I need to do is get back up there. I kind of need to work on this corner. You can hear a thunderstorm rolling in. Yeah, I have to work on this section corner. So I should probably build a way back up. A bit more convenient. See, there's grass all around here. I can't break the grass. I can break it here. But that's not gonna work well. Since I'm gonna have to work in this direction. I can't have water flowing down right there. Can't have it to the side here, so maybe this section would be good. Yeah, it's a good one. I'll break that, and I'll be set. All I need to do now is grab a water bucket. Bit easier. Let me see, if once I get back up there, I need acacia wood to make some more stairs. And a few, I don't think I need any more pillars. Just stairs. Got it. Also, where did I leave my bucket? I think I must have left it in the dispenser. I always have it with me and I don't have it on me, so it must not be. Must be back at home. I'll just climb up the little highway thing I built here. Oh yeah, it's still dry. I need to like form a door for it. I can just climb. Enter the highway. And go on home. Make a different entrance. Maybe on the corners. Would make a little bit more. To walk all over here. If I were to build more stuff this way, then it would make more sense to here. I don't have anything there. Just grab the bucket. I could use a bit more cobblestone, I think. Maybe to repair the axe. I'm gonna need the axe. But I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I should be okay. Grab some more food while I'm at it. Oh crap, hang on. Forgot to adjust the title of this thing. I adjusted it correctly for YouTube. Forgot to adjust it for Twitch. Give me a second here. Keyboard's right next to me. I can barely see the keys. Part 83 or 84? I forget. Check my channel here. 84. I already did 83. Yeah. So 80. Okay. Category and then adjust the thing here. And then done. There we go. Info updated successfully. Hopefully this means the notification will still work. That's working correctly. I think. Get the shirt in the right spot. Oh, I forgot. This thing hurts my elbows for a bit. Here we go. Probably adjust the game volume a bit higher too. No reason why I can't. Game is kind of quiet. This one. There. Nice and loud. Minus 31 decibels of 40. I should also finish up these buildings. I'm not sure what kind of design I was going for the case ones there. But it's something. Farm is still good. Stone thingies are still. Llama's still here. Anyway, way down's a lot further out than no, that I thought. I remember it. Anyway, came here to grab the bucket and some food. Nice melons. Job done. All is good. Gotta turn around every once in a while. Let's grab some more. That should make it more convenient for me to grab these. If I don't have any cobblestone, it'll be a little inconvenient to come all the way back here and grab some. Probably should have some backups. I don't think I need that much more brick. I have a bunch of stone brick. I got 2 stacks. It wouldn't be convenient to have another stack. And I need the space for wood. So I'll just grab this and get going. I'm gonna grab some more melons. There we go. Could be another along this. There's like 1 melon here. There it is. Wood's heavy. 43 should be fine. There we go. Anyway, yeah, it's been a while since I played this. I don't know how long. I'm pretty sure I haven't played this ever since I got back home. The last time I streamed this was probably when I wasn't home yet. Which means, yeah, been at least a month and a half, more or less. Mountain, I gotta do something. I don't have to, but I want to. Have like a window into it. Walk around in it. Something. Gotta think of what to do with all the material. I have an idea. I can make a floating island or something. Anyway. And make some kind of big house mansion type of thing. I don't think so. Also, hang on. I need to adjust the microphone again. Because the way I'm using this, it's clipped onto my shirt. Hang on. Maybe I can move it like onto something that is right in front of me instead of having it hanging like under me. I have a cable or something around here. This box might work. If only I could prop it up with something. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe this pillow. This pillow. Place the pillow there. I have the biggest freaking pillow I could find. And attach. No, it's not gonna work. I could put this here. Like so. And then put the box here. And then clip this thing onto the box. Like, whoop, I missed. Like that. That could work. Okay, it's hands-free, technically, but it's kind of in the way for me to grab the controller. It should work, though. Should work. All's good. I gotta get moving, though. So let me see. I need a bucket of water. Also need some wood, but shifting. One thing at a time here. Okay, looks like I can water this spot entirely freely. Up until this point. Okay, noted. Actually, I could fill this in a little. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest I will use wood. So up to this point. Alright. I can start there. It's safe. It'll be a little convenient for me. Which I've said multiple times. The word convenient. Over and over, really. The boat's gonna come with me. That's alright. Let's see. Wrong way. The wrong place. I am actually way better doing this with the controller than I am with the mouse. Because I'm more used to the controller, honestly. The name of analog sticks. Alright, here we go. Up to there is the limit. From here I can just spread the water out. Also, I know when I splash, for some reason, that makes a lot of noise. But like hitting blocks or something doesn't. Literally just the water. Very loud for some reason. Sun's coming, or sun's going down, moon's coming up. Which is weird because the moon is always up. But okay. Won't bring astrophysical logic things into it. Speaking of which, there's this thing called arc second in what's it called? Astrology. No, astrology is the fake one. Astronomy. Yeah, that one, I think. I always get those confused too. The one that actually uses numbers and stuff. Astronomy. Yes. Okay, kind of risky to sleep on this thing. I got it. Anyway, I need to cut down some trees and things. Could move another tree farm here. Yeah, I was supposed to place down a way to get back up. Crap, oh crap, oh crap. The grass. And the dead bush. Oh crap. Okay. That was a lot of destruction. I knew I should have saved before this. Damn. Maybe I can use it to my advantage somehow. Do I want a pool of water here? Let me check the map. No, I don't. Well, damn. Okay. Anyway. In science, the thing called arc minutes, arc seconds, stuff like that. I forget what it was for. I know it's useful for measuring. It was kind of like the thing I invented over here in Minecraft, where I can build like a roof, basically, made out of glass. And what you can do with it is when the sun comes up, because the glass are blocks and they're like a certain distance away, wherever the sun is, like, it's gonna be in the middle of one of the glass blocks, whichever one it is. And whichever one it is tells you how much time you have left in the day, basically. That's the idea. It could also work by building things really far away, really tall. So if you build essentially a big sign that's really like far away, and then you have a glass piece of like something sticking out, or maybe you have like a piece of wood with like a fence or some kind of window in it, and the sun passes through it, then by the time it passes through it, it'll tell you what time of day it is. Like if it goes through, we have a bunch of those things. If it goes through the top loop, you know you have like 3 minutes left, or 5 minutes left, or something. The middle loop means 3. The bottom loop means you have 1 minute before you can go to sleep. So sundown, basically. That kind of thing. You can use that. I think that's kind of the same system as arc seconds. It was supposed to be something about, I think it was the sun revolving around, well, not around the earth, but like the earth spinning away from the sun. You can use the revolution of it. I think it was because of the Mesoamerica stuff. Yeah, anyway. If you like stare at the sky and study it for a long enough time, like days, eventually you start associating patterns with it. And then you can like put objects in the ground and use it to measure stuff. Like how you can measure the circumference of the earth using a stick in the ground and a bunch of math. That kind of thing. Like if you know the distance between the earth or the stick and like the sun and the shadow, length and everything, you can kind of figure out what it's supposed to be and what it is. And then knowing two of the three things, you can figure out the third one. You know, using basic algebra and whatnot. Easy stuff. I can't do it. But I know for sure it's possible. And the reason I remembered this right now is because I wanted to talk about arc seconds like the past two streams, but I kind of forgot to mention it. And also by now I kind of don't remember it. So yeah, oops. And just know I kind of learned it a little bit at that time, and I thought it was interesting. Wanted to share it. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks now, because I don't remember it that much. But oh well. I just know it's cool, and it's useful. And what do you call it? I think the origin of me thinking about that was because I was watching a couple of videos about Mesoamerica. I personally like Mesoamerica, but I'm biased because presumably, as far as I know, as far as anyone in my family has ever told me, that's kind of where we came from. Me and my family. Whatever my descendants were, God knows what the hell they were, who they were. No one knows, the family doesn't know, not even the wiki knows. But, whoever they were, very likely were at the very least descendants from Mesoamerica. In the general sense, as in, like, they don't know which kind of city they were part of, or what tribe, or what they were. Like, were they farmers? Were they soldiers? Who knows? We don't know. And there's no records of anything. But, generally speaking, I really like, anthropology. Or, not anthropology specific, well, yes, but also like paleoanthropology. I think it's what it's called. It's the study, or just knowledge, I guess, pool facts about people in the past. Like cavemen, like Neanderthals, other human species. What kind of stuff they had. What kind of stuff did they do? And how intelligent were they? 'Cause it's not that many generations. I had a teacher one time in high school who was a social studies teacher. And for some reason, I didn't really connect the dots basically the entire time. But I just remember there were certain like topics in school, in elementary school and high school, that I liked more than other topics. Like I liked the reading part of class, where we literally had like half an hour or an hour or something to just read, kinda whatever we wanted. Everything was like all quiet. If you wanted to, you could talk a little bit. Just don't be annoying. That kind of thing. And it was nice. It was like a nice space to get some focus and do some homework if you need to. That kind of thing. So I like that part of school. Math was also kind of fun because it was like kind of interesting to me. Science was always great. Stuff like that. But one of the ones that stood out to me as kind of a weird one was social studies. Because everything, I didn't critically think about the names of these things. Like, for example, it turns out I had a bunch of diverse teachers, and I had no idea. Because I kind of figured, well, the teacher's name is whatever they tell you it is. That's it. I had a teacher whose name was Miss Muhammad. And I didn't realize it until way later. like after school was over, basically. Like, oh, he's like Arabic or something. I didn't even know. I didn't even ask, honest. I don't even know if that's right. Like, oh, really? Cool. I don't know much about that. And I never, like, thought to ask or anything. Ah, crap. I'm gonna need to break some of this stuff. I should break it over there, but it's fine. I can break it here. Just need about 3 or 4 pieces. You gotta be kidding. Alright. 2 pieces it is. Oh, I'm glad that thing didn't fall over. So I need to put this not there. Well, I guess it's gonna be there. Okay, well I screwed up, so I'm gonna have to come back up here. Oh, good thing I landed there. There we go. Floating majestically down. I have plenty of the material I need here. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna need this back up there. Let's see, I can put the map away for now. Just gotta go back up one more time. Anyway, so that kind of stuff. And I just basically thought of social studies as like that class with a kind of a funny name. I never thought about the name, but I always thought it was cool. Because we had like this big textbook. And it had like a bunch of history of whatever stuff we were learning. Now, for some reason, like I always thought it was kind of weird, but it was accepted for me that we would have lessons on certain stuff, but like not the entire book. Like I always thought it was weird we didn't read the entire textbook. We like lug this thing around sometimes, like all the time, and we don't really use the whole book. We just read like a couple of pages every once in a while, and they tell you what pages to like read. Not like you can just read whatever. But me, I was fast at reading, so I was reading whatever. It was great for me. Let me see. I want this thing here. That's good. Okay. The ground's not prepared yet, though. We got to do that. Okay, I need this spot open. I actually need to place this here. Like that. I think... Yeah, probably right. You're gonna stand in a safe area. Save. Or do something stupid. Anyway. So like we would learn about like the American Civil War, which is like a normal thing to learn at school. Now we're technically Northerners in that context. American Civil War was a fight between Americans a long time ago versus the North and the South, generally. Spent, I think, a total of like 4 years or something learning that stuff. Not because like it was that, crucial or anything. It was more like I learned it for like 2 years in like, I don't know, 4th and 5th grade or whatever. And then they found out where I lived, so I got kicked out. Literally, it's kind of what happened. I got kicked out, and then the school I ended up going to, they were just barely starting to learn it, so I had to like basically relearn everything. So I already knew the subject, but I just had to do it anyway. Like, well, we already went through this, but okay. It was kind of switched. So like, if you take a timeline of 4 years, the stuff that I learned at my original school is what they learned in the following 2 years. So the stuff that they learned in the meantime I never got to know. It's kind of switched. So, like, how do I explain this? If there's A and B, my school is learning A. In the meantime, their school is learning B. Perfectly fine. They're just doing it a different order. They're doing it B and A. I'm doing it A and B. But because I got switched, I learned A, and then I went to that school and I learned A again. Because apparently I missed B entirely. Just completely dodged it. Entirely by accident. Nonetheless, unfortunate. I don't know what the hell I missed out on. I just know I missed out on something. I know for sure I missed out on calculus. Like, there's even a saying in math. Like, math teachers use the saying. Every student takes calculus. And it's like one of those sayings that's supposed to make you remember something. I forget what they're called. Ironically. It's not a palindrome, it's a phrase that you use to remember stuff. Like PEMDAS. Parentheses, equations, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The order of operations. That kind of thing. Some people say PEMDAS. Some people say they add words to it. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That kind of thing. Just a phrase for you to remember stuff. And apparently one of the phrases is every student takes calculus. Because generally speaking, it's true. Except in my case. I never learned it. I never took the class. I had the option of, instead of learning that, take algebra like super, or whatever the hell it's called. But I took that instead. And I basically entirely skipped calculus. And I really should take it. But like, it's just not that interesting to me. I've seen YouTube videos about it from like the 3 Blue and 1 Brown YouTube channel. They're good guys. They're very good teachers. Nonetheless, it's, from what I can tell, it's all about like approximations. And it doesn't really help me in anything I need to do. Maybe some programming stuff, but like, I can do it in a different way. I don't need to use the calculus to do it. Like, there's some people, programmers, that use things like very complicated, extensive formulas for their games. Like, I remember seeing, I think it was a meme actually. I don't know how true it is. Like, some crazy formula. And it was like, no, this isn't like how to calculate nuclear energy or whatever. This is actually the formula to adjust the camera shake in Pokemon. That kind of thing. Like, that whole thing with a bunch of parentheses and random letters of the alphabet, and then the Greek alphabet. That thing determines the shakiness of the camera. All it does. Also, I'm gonna adjust this again. Volume needs to be adjusted. Which one was it? It's that one. So mine. Ridiculous things like that. Whereas, I don't know. I know computers can like do calculations. It's kind of all they do. But they can do it extremely fast. But like, if it were up to me, being the caveman programmer I am, I'd just like make it glitchy and just make it like, okay, whenever this thing happens in the Pokemon thingy, the camera shakes from here to here as an animation. It just triggers the animation to play. I'm not gonna write a formula for it. No, I'm just gonna tell it to move. Generally speaking, this way. The problem with that is that very simple caveman like version of code is very much exploitable. That's why there's like speedrunners. There's like a whole YouTube thing, community of speedrunners. This is way before YouTube actually too. Where people just like they are good at a game and they wanna like beat it faster and faster and faster. And you can find glitches because of people who think like me and they're like, well, I guess technically if you manage to get Super Mario on this side of like the screen, I mean the only way you can do that is if you beat the boss, right? So like we'll just make it so that whenever he's over here, the game ends. Or like he skips you to like the next level because you beat the boss. They don't actually have to check that you beat the boss. That requires a formula. I'm not doing a formula. I'm just gonna make it so when you stand there, it happens. And then speedrunners are like, oh cool, I can just stand here and it like that progresses. And that's how you have speedrunners, I think. I'm guessing. I know a couple of facts and I'm connecting the dots. So I think that's how it happened. I got no proof or hard evidence or even soft evidence. I don't even have the wimpiest of evidence. But I think that's how it works. It's kind of like when back in the day in this version of Minecraft actually, you were able to duplicate. Like back in the day that was a huge deal. And it was like dividing the friend base of people. At least it happened to me. Where like you can either be one of the people that duplicate stuff, or I suppose you could be honorable and not duplicate it. Just to mine everything on your own. Don't cheat. And then I did it once. I duplicated because this frickin' piece of crap and wouldn't shut up about it, and he needed me to do it on his world. Like, welp, no. Then we went to my world. Like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And I did it. And it felt wrong. It's somehow kinda right. And that is also a very specific world. I'm not sure I have, actually. I'm not sure it's my world. Wasn't. I don't know. That's where I technically met my partner that I have currently. The only one I've ever had, really. To this day. In that world, in Minecraft. The one time I duplicated. That's the world they joined. Had like a bunch of iron and stuff because I needed to make rails. That was my story. I needed rails. I needed iron to make the rails and some gold and stuff. I even then I wasn't interested in like what's it called in diamonds or anything. They even then they seemed kind of useless to me because like what are you gonna do with it? Make tools? Cool, and then what? Not that interesting to me. OBS disconnected. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh look, it's fine. Reconnection successful. Hey, isn't that great? I need more stairs. Not that many more stairs. But some more. Okay. I got some holes in the floor I gotta watch out for. Never eat when coming out of water. You can't move very much when you come back to the surface. See if it's this amount, I'll be good. Might be too many stairs. I'll make half of that. I should also heal up first. And maybe, save. I didn't realize my controller was literally in front of the microphone. And you can probably hear it. Oh well. Anyway. The thing I'm interested was, thing I was interested in, jeez, is chocolate. I wanted to learn about Mesoamerica because every once in a while I like to look up videos of people like Trady Explainer, or it used to be also Ben G. Thomas, but I think those two guys kind of turned into like annoying. I don't really watch them that much, but generally speaking, like paleontology videos or anthropology, so ancient stuff. Now also it interests interests me enough that it's something that I very strongly influences my style of like games, things like that, as well as like the video games for Turok, where it mixes everything, like stuff from different timelines. Like the main character in Turok, depending which Turok you have, Turok is the name. It's like a title. It's like Captain, for example. So like the leader is called Turok. The one I have played before is a game called Turok Evolution. It came out for the GameCube and stuff. Still have it. Anyway, um, in that one, the main character is a Native American guy named Tal Set. Tal Set, and he. I made too many stairs, but it's okay. He is with his tribe in North America, and there's like cowboys hunting them down and stuff. They're like fighting in the battle, and the chief is like about to die. He gets shot, but before that, he activates like a stone, and it has magical properties, and it opens up essentially a portal. And then Turok or Talset comes by with like his weapon, which is a war club. It's a big wooden club with spikes on it and like a blade. It's cool. It's like an axe hammer. And he like knocks the pistol off of the cowboy dude, and they both fall into the portal. And they get transported to a new world called the Lost Lands. And then they like get separated. They're enemies. The cowboy dude, I think, becomes leader of like lizard people, basically, who inhabit that world. And Talset becomes blackmailed, basically, into doing what the people from that world want. They need a hero, and apparently the prophecy or whatever was like the hero's gonna fall from the sky or whatever. He just happened to fall from the sky, so he is the chosen one. And if he doesn't help them, then they're gonna kill all his people or something. Anyways, he decides to help, and you play it as him, as Talset. It's first person, and it's awesome. The graphics are a little, a little dated, but I love it. It's like low poly textures and everything. It's just gameplay and fun. It's violent. It's first person. You can use bows, different kinds of bows, different kinds of arrows. You can just whack violently and wildly with the war club. And the thing I'm talking about is it has different weapons from different time periods, such as like native primitive stuff, like bows and arrows and a literal stick to whack people with, to futuristic technology, like a plasma cannon, a nuke cannon, a rocket launcher, flamethrower, gravity disruptor, that kind of stuff. And I think that's awesome. Oh crap, I have to build more this way. So I really like the idea of like sort of ancient technology mixed with futuristic technology. I've always liked that idea, and I think it's important to have the knowledge, at the very least, of how this technology works. Because I mean, I had an insane, like, dream one time. It's entirely made up. It's a dream. But in the dream, um, it kind of scarred me a little bit. Not really in a negative way or anything like that, but it changed my view of things a little bit. And it basically, um, I don't know if it was supposed to be me or what exactly, but let's just say like the creator, whoever that could be, whether it be a literal god or something, kinda takes you away from like just randomly from whatever you're doing. You could be like at home, just relaxing, or like having dinner or something, and then all of a sudden you get pulled out and questioned. You get like interrogated basically. And their whole question, the whole point of that is to ask you questions about your life. Stuff about like, what did you do in the last 10 seconds? And generally, people just kind of coast. They don't really think about what they do, just kind of live their life. They don't really go about thinking about things. They're busy, they're distracted. And they take a lot of things for granted. Not that there's anything super wrong with that. But in my dream, there was something wrong with that. So in my dream, the bad part was, yeah, you take everything for granted. So, like, how to, like, prove that you actually appreciate the life you have? What do you mean? Like, for example, in my dream, it was about my parents. So, like, I was probably in the dream hanging out with my parents, probably at the dinner table or something. And maybe we got into an argument or something. Like, okay, well, if you don't, like, like them that much, how about we take them away from you? But I don't want you to take them away from me. Prove it. Well, how do I prove it? It's up to you. And then, like, they asked me, like, what's the last conversation you had? Or a conversation you had? And I had to, like, think. And I must have had that feeling of, like, panic that I very rarely have nowadays, but I had it a lot more when I was in school. It's a feeling of, like a cold sweat panic, basically. It usually happens when, like, I have to do homework or something like that kind of thing. And like I forgot about it. Like I forgot to do it. Something like that. That kind of like chills. And then in the dream, I guess I must have thought or realized, oh, guess I didn't really pay much attention to like any of the conversations we had. And eventually I came up with something. And then it was like, okay, you managed to like your answer is acceptable for now. But how about your survival skills as a human? Not survival as in like going hunting or whatever, but like surviving in your current modern age. Right now, we live in the information age. I think that's what it's called officially. Information age or era. Like, for example, the Iron Age, the Industrial Revolution era, that kind of thing. Right now, it's the information one. So, a lot of things are like digital and stuff like that. I should leave some things here. I'm gonna go back home and stock up on a bunch of stone. So a lot of things are like digital and technologies everywhere. Electricity is all over the place. Internet, radio signals, Wi-Fi, electromagnetism, everything. All over the place. So the test, the question was like, how different are you? Like, do you belong in this time? Or do you belong in a different time? Well, I grew up in this time, so I know everything. I don't know everything, but like I'm used to this time. I wouldn't be okay in a different time. Like if I go back to like the 1920s or something, I'm not gonna know how to like maneuver, how to go around the town, how to go around the city. Or even worse, in a different time before the Industrial Revolution. How do you how do you prepare a fish? How do you go fishing without any like metal? Without anything to like cook on a stove? No gas. How do you look? You can't look stuff up because there's no internet. So how do you find out information? You go to the library, but the language is different. It's English, but it's like a different kind of English, old English. So it's helpful, but not super helpful. It's better to know technology. Like back in the day, the combustion engine was like an extremely revolutionizing technology because it allows you to do a whole bunch of things using petroleum and stuff. For that, you wouldn't be able to. Do you know how it works? Well, no. Okay, then do you know how electricity works? No. How do you make electricity? At that time, I didn't know. Okay, how do you make steam for like steam power? I don't know. Okay, how does an oven work? I don't know. Okay. And a list down the line of things that are modern, that are taken for granted, that in my situation, I didn't know how it worked. So that kind of thing in the dream sort of made me think I should probably, like, at the very least, spend some time on Wikipedia or something and, like, kind of figure out how these things work, at least on the basic level. It wouldn't hurt to learn it anyway. So that's what I've been doing ever since then. And every once in a while, I'll just research something and read the whole thing, more or less. See if there's any more links. Yeah. I'm a little paranoid about that sort of thing. And ever since then, I've also been pretty much extremely paranoid about making sure I hear and understand the conversations that I have with, like, people I care about. So, like, my parents, I'll make sure I listen to every single word they say. Same with my partner and stuff like that. And even like YouTube videos. I think part of the dream was literally they were talking to me. My parents must have been talking to me or something in the dream. And that's when like time stopped. And then the creator, whoever the hell was in charge really, asked me like what were they talking about. And if I didn't get like the exact words exactly right, then I fail. Then that means I wasn't paying attention and I don't appreciate having them. Therefore, I'm not gonna have them anymore. That kind of thing. So ever since then, I've been pretty much paranoid, making sure I hear and understand every single word ever that they say to me. Which means, for the longest time, I could recall every conversation I've had with these people for like a week, and then it kind of gets pushed off, and then it gets like filled in with the new information. But basically, I kind of memorized everything that was told to me for a long stretch of time at a time. I think that's not that good for you. Maybe it is. Maybe it helps with like memory in like your brain because you're using it so much. I have no idea. I guess I'll find out someday when I'm even older and forget stuff. Maybe it's because I've stopped doing that. I don't know. Nonetheless, though, so I'm paranoid about that sort of thing. But it really interests me of like these old technologies. So like someone's had to like figure out how radio waves work. There's probably equations for all that. But like for example, microphones. Um, Back in the day, there was like this weird looking microphone. That's an aluminum one. It's literally an aluminum one because it has like a metal piece, like a thin piece of metal, and it's made out of aluminum. And when you talk, your sound waves cause it to move, and that creates a vibration, and it touches it, and any vibration it makes moves it up and down. And when it touches up or down, whichever way, it makes contact with like a different metal piece, and that is what causes the sound to be recorded. So like that's how an aluminum microphone works. I know that for no other reason than I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to figure out like if I had to make a microphone, do I know how to? No, I don't, but I know that fact about it at least. And I know that recording sound has to do with like making sure the vibrations are recorded in some way. It still seems like magic to me, but I know it's possible. And hopefully that's good enough for passing the test. I'm not, crazy. I don't think there's actually gonna be a test. But if I ever have that dream again, I guess, I'll be set. I'll be prepared for it. I don't think it's gonna happen though. It hasn't happened in a couple years. I'm probably gonna be okay. Just in case, I'm preparing. It's entirely nonsense. But here I am. So that kind of also gives me an excuse to indulge and be happy with like looking up YouTube videos of stuff that interests me. Like the ancient things. Like how did people back in the day make brick? The building material. Now there's different ways to make one. And I know a couple of different ways. Okay, how do you make a fire? That's like one of the most important things. And I think I kind of suck at making a fire. I've never really had to make one. So that's point one. I don't think I'll be good at it if I never tried it before. But let's go with sure, I can get it done. My best chance is to use a magnifying glass. Just because I've kind of done that before. I never really made a fire, but like, it got kind of close. And I had a like, I didn't want to make one. But I was like, oh, I wonder if this heats the stuff up. And it started smoking a little. Whatever it was, a piece of paper or something. Like, oh yeah, it probably works. Like, if I just keep it here for a little while longer, it'll probably catch on fire. I don't want it to, so I'm not gonna, like, keep it there. But it probably could. So, that's something. But, like, using friction to cause a fire, uh, no. But this whole, like, trauma or whatever stupid dream thing I had, it also inspired me. Hang on a second. Also inspired me to like write a story of an entirely made up situation. This was after watching a couple of videos, maybe a live stream or something from explore.org where they were talking about like polar bears and how polar bears are extremely dangerous. Like they're no joke. Hey, or deadly. And hang on, what do I need to do? I need to okay. Anyway, they're like extremely deadly. They're huge, first of all. They're super tall. They're super heavy. They're very, very strong. And they can I mean, one of the things is they kill anything, basically. But they don't just like kill it, they'll start eating it before it's dead, which is a thing that basically everything in nature does. It doesn't care if it's alive or not. But polar bears specifically, like animals, generally speaking, are way better adapted to Earth than humans are, because humans adapt the Earth to themselves. They don't adapt to the planet; they make the planet change. So all the other animals have like better sense of smell, better vision, better hearing, kinda. Most of them, at least. And well, maybe not most. There's a bunch of insects that don't, but whatever. A lot of them do. A lot of dangerous ones do. The polar bear, especially. I think it said something about this thing being able to smell you from like a mile away through ice. Like it can smell the seals and stuff or whatever the hell it eats through the ice. How the hell do you smell through something? I don't know. Apparently it can. Doesn't have to make sense to me. I think it's probably true. I should really look it up. Anyway, that's not just the only thing. First of all, they can also they're one of the few animals, if not the only animal I think, that lives off of fat. Like it can eat protein, like meat, but doesn't usually. Apparently, it basically lives off of like chewing the fat of off of things, like blubbery things, like seals, nice plump seals, or whales, or something that's dead. They just eat the fat and convert it into food and protein and everything else they need. And apparently, they also can't really digest a bunch of like berries, like plants. They're not that good at eating those for some reason. They prefer fat, and they don't have like health problems or anything with the fat. So it's interesting to research if anyone ever wants to, but those things are very dangerous. And if you see the tracks of one, it's probably been following you for a while now. Like it's once you see one, it's already too late basically. It's also very hard to kill, I think, because it's like a tough thing. So like a regular pistol is gonna piss it off more than anything. A shotgun is also just gonna piss it off. I think they said the best bet is probably a sniper from really far away. And a couple of shots with those, not like just one. So yeah, never encounter one. The only reason that like people are okay with it is because it stays away for the most part. So of course, I decided to make a fantasy story. I'm gonna animate it at some point. I already made a couple of drawings, but a story where the character who's being tested by the creator, I guess it's me technically, they go through the same process that my dream was, where like they're being teleported to different locations as a test to see if they are worthy of continuing their life or whatever the thing is. In this case, they get teleported into a cold environment. I just realized I think my story's lost actually. I had it on Wattpad and a bunch of things got deleted. Damn. Oh well. I remember everything about it anyway. But whatever. You spawn in, you do the usual thing where like they decide what's dominant hand or the other hand to keep in their pocket to kind of keep it clean and use the other one for like using for tools and stuff. It's in my opinion, it makes sense to keep one hand relatively clean and not like full of dirt or anything. Cause like what if something gets in your eye? You need to like be able to wipe it off. So you need like a clean hand. Or like if you get sliced open by plants or an animal and you don't want it to get infected, you kind of need a clean hand. That kind of thing. That's my nonsense idea. So, I put my bed over there. Anyway, so like, it starts off like that, and I know you can use stones as a knife, as like a hammer, as different tools, because I've done it before. One time in Mexico, we were by a river, and there was a brick wall or something, stone wall. You creep me out for a second, pigman. There was a stone wall, and I had a stone, a rock from like the river or nearby it, and I threw it against the brick wall because like I wanted to break it, but I didn't want to nap it, and like KNAP, nap. That means when you smack a rock with a different rock, and it like chips off, and you can make flakes and stuff. It's a very high skill thing to be able to do, like to make the shape you want. But if you practice enough times, you'll get good at it. But I didn't want to do that, and like risk having the shards like fly in my eye, or like family members or anything. So I decided it'd be a good idea to throw it against the wall and then like look away and kind of hide. So I did that, and it worked, and it cracked the stone open into like a blade type of thing. Hang on. Need to put the jungle wood in this. There we go. I have one cobblestone too many. Probably. I think I have an idea. Can repair this thing. Didn't mean to put it there, but okay. There we go. Can make another one. Cutting down some acacia. That shit can probably stay. Anyway, so like I've basically cracked open a stone before and used it as a knife, and yeah, it's extremely sharp. It definitely works. And it retains its sharpness for like a good while too. Like I used it to like cut, I think, a fruit or something. I don't remember. I was kind of young. So whatever I ended up doing with it, it worked pretty well. And a little too well, actually. It's kind of dangerous to like keep it in your pocket or something. Literally like an open knife. So yeah. But I noticed it, like a couple of things about it. Like when you use a stone as a knife, it kind of is very ergonomic. What that means is like it kind of fits in your hand perfectly. Not like a knife blade where it has like a handle and you like wrap your fingers and hand around the handle. This thing like cups your hand, your palm. So you can grab it with like your entire palm instead of just like the fingers. It's a different grip for sure. And yeah, you can apply more force that way if you need to. You cut open something tougher, like a different kind of vegetable or whatever. Like maybe something like a pumpkin or whatever, and it has like a tougher skin. That kind of thing. There's like, there's like, not lore, but there's like nuances. There's depth to like using these tools. So I've included that in the story, kind of, where the guy gets teleported, and there's like a winter environment, and he immediately like looks for stones to use as tools, and there's like one tree, and then I like, hang on, repair that, and then I try to like get things from the tree, basically. Like get some bark that I can like use to write stuff on. Get some sap if I can. Try not to kill the tree because they're very easily damaged. that kind of thing, using the stone. And that's when I notice a giant polar bear coming this way, which means it's probably been watching me for a while. But luckily, in the story, it's really far away. Still, but like I can notice it coming towards me. So my only hope as a human is I cannot outrun this thing by like speed alone. But I can definitely outlast it. Because that's what humans do. They can outrun, out marathon stuff. They can't outspeed it, but they can out marathon it. So I decided to start running. In the story. Of course. And I had to think of a strategy. Like, how do I, like, stop this thing from chasing me? I end up in, like, a big open field. I could hide in the snow. Like, dig underground. But I'm pretty sure they can do that better. And if they find me, I'm definitely dead. So no. Not a good idea. Okay. What if I left, like, a thing for it as bait? Like, kill, like, a rabbit or a bird or something. Like an owl, a snow owl, something. And just, like, leave it as bait, as an offering. I thought about it, but I to this day, I haven't figured out if that would be a good idea or not. So I didn't go for it. And, I also tried, hiding my scent as a human by, like, looking for moss or slime from the tree or anything that has, like, a different smell than me. And, like, smearing it all over the place. Like, under the clothes, and the hands, and the neck, wherever. Everywhere and anywhere. And that, like, meant kind of killing the tree. Because I needed to kill it for sap and stuff. So, yeah. Little unfortunate, but whatever. It was survival, I guess. One life form for another. At least was the idea. Anyway, that's a whole story. I actually made music for that. It's kind of completed, honestly. I can make a few minor adjustments, but generally, the song's done. 3, 4, 5. I literally titled it Polar Bear 1 or something like that. I can play it next time I play voices or something. Actually, I think I can have it. I have it. I don't think I can play it through YouTube, but I can play it through Twitch. That Polar Bear theme song. Missing 4 pieces. I'll have to leave it. Gotta go back now. I got about 2 stacks of stone. It's gonna take me a long time to get enough stacks of stone. Makes me consider or wonder if I should consider getting another furnace. I mean, I'm sure it's fine as long as I, like, do something while the furnace is cooking. If anything, I should maybe move the furnace closer. Because that way, it'll keep working. Ah, crap, you're here. What the? Do that. He's okay. Anyway. Stuck on something. Okay. Right. So, just things about that piss me off. Just stupid things. Like my uncles and my dad, kinda, but not really. Wondering about, like, ancient people, thinking that they behaved and thought as animals, not as, like, humans. like as if they're like a different, entirely different thing. Like pyramids. I don't mean like the Egyptian pyramids, like the Mexican pyramids. Like how the hell did you? Well, I guess it's not specifically Mexican pyramids, but yeah. Like how did you like align it exactly with the stars and stuff and like? And my cousin had a pretty good point. Well, when you don't have anything else to do all day, you can have some time to like stare at the sky for long enough. You'll notice patterns and things. It's a stupid argument. Of course, people were smart enough to do it back in the day. It just takes a little bit of creativity, really. You know, I mean, they were like mathematicians and astronomers, all that. Crap, how do I get down here? I can do it. Sure. Come on, there we go. Right as the moon comes up. Hey, I gotta buy glass. Um, I can buy an excess amount of glass. It should be okay. Minimize the damage I took there. Um, hmm. I need to bring another pillar up here. I think it can survive a fall from here. So I'll go ahead and help. What was that idea? Hmm. Don't need dirt, I guess. Have the pickaxe with. Goes. Nailed it. All right. So the way back up. I have to do that again. This will work. Matter of fact, I might be able to do the whole wall here. I don't think so, but maybe. Could also eat something because it's gonna take a while to heal up. What time is it anyway? 4:07. Hmm. I think I've been streaming for an hour and a half. The stream's still going good too. No signal loss or anything yet. I don't want to like jinx it, but everything's fine. But the glass goes this way, and then the water level is gonna be this high up. Yeah. Gotta connect it to that some. Oh, this is a corner piece. What the hell? Yeah, what the hell? I made this wrong. Um, this goes there. That. And either this part's wrong or the other part's. I think this wall's incorrect. Yeah, this one's like in line with that. I think it's supposed to stick out a bit. Not entirely sure, but I think it is. I have to check. I'll go check. Um, Actually easier if I take the boat. Kind of already connected to in the same waters. Should be fine. Ah, those trees. I thought there was like a city over there. I am losing it. Oh yeah. Last Sunday, so a couple days ago, 2 days ago or something. Tuesday right now, I think. Barely. Very no. It's probably just the rain outside. Anyway, yeah, this thing sticks out. It's not in line with the thing. So yeah, I was doing it right. I gotta break down the whole wall over there. Don't have any cobblestone to help me out, so I can't break the whole thing because I don't have a backup pickaxe. Break some of it, but not all of it. If I can break some more cobblestone, I should be okay. I just gotta find some cobblestone. That's the problem. Anyway, I went to. I mean, we went out and stuff, but me and my parents, I mean, me and my dad and uncles. But anyway, I talked to one of the guys that sell musical instruments and stuff, and it turns out, well, I figured out how a pedal works. It was how I thought it was. Um, by pedal, I mean like a guitar pedal. And the way it works is I mean, not the way it works, but like how it's set up. That's what I mean. Essentially, it has three cables sticking out of it, like a little box. And what I do is I would connect my electric guitar, has a cable sticking out. You connect that thing to the box, to the pedal, and then you like plug it in from the other side. So you take the cable out and plug it in different side. Yeah, so this thing's wrong then. Um, I can probably show off with redstone. Let me see. Thing, corner pieces there. This is corner pieces there. I have to stick out a bit more. Do more. Okay, so that's the wood and 2 blocks off. And then here's the wood. So it'll go there. And then blocks away. That's the correct way to do it. Game, right? I heard something. The game. Anyway, this is apparently right. Unless these. No, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so where the wood is, blocks are off. Yeah, that is where the wall is gonna be. Hmm. That's very wide. That doesn't seem right. Like, this is the correct size. What the hell? Hmm. Hmm. Need to sit differently or something. Yeah. I think attaching this thing to a box, that kinda is a good idea. It at least helps me speak into the microphone a bit more effectively. But an hour and 24 minutes. I can't sit like. Well, I mean, now I know that my measurement of this thing. Pillars. Need to go back over. Like, learn what the actual dimensions are supposed to be. Probably should have taken the boat back. Any more wood? Here's the thing. This looks about right. What the dimensions look. Hmm. So I'll base it off the area of the water is the 3 and an additional 1 on the side. That's how it should go. Can do that. Easier to run at the top. So maybe I should make some swiftness. I said that before. Still haven't made them. Going. Wait, I gotta get down. I should probably go get some. I know what I need to already. Need the material and then another pick. So I'm gonna head back up here. Like I'm gonna go down. Know that my measurements are like wrong. Try to fix them. But I need to come back home to get a pickaxe anyway. So I might as well head back right now. And also get some more. What do you call it? Cooked stone. That's some kind of my water bottle. It's the start of spring. Raining all the time. Bottle away. Picked up the light. Welcome. Sleep when I get. Yeah, redstone. I can show what the guitar thing looks like. Supposed to be. Guitar. Crack open. Stone. All this dirt was supposed to be kind of the blueprint for like a different building too. But I ended up making it generate. Yeah, funny thing kinda happened. It's not really funny, but like funny to me. Not funny to anyone else. Where like the guy that streams just random parties. Oop, I was about to say fiestas. Yeah, that. Random parties and like events in my parents' hometown. This dude, he went to like someone's birthday. It's a guy that's like, I don't know, 50 or 60 or something. An older man. Nonetheless, they had like a party. And they like invited a bunch of other people around his age. And they like had a bunch of beers and stuff. And food. And like, overall a good time, I guess. And they hired a mariachi. So like, the musicians. No. They hired a mariachi band. And everything was all well and dandy. And my uncle, because he's a blabbermouth and has to absolutely commentate on literally everything. This man cannot stop. Like commentating on stuff he has no business commentating on. Like I'll put something on TV and these guys are like little kids. Like someone on TV will say something and they'll repeat it. You know, like children. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream right now because Twitch is glitching the hell. But funny thing was like, oh, he wants there to be a big party like that soon, so that so he can be invited, and then have a bunch of people serve him food and everything. And my dad's like, well, that's unfortunate for you because that's not gonna happen. Why not? There's like, we're all old now. No one in the family is gonna throw a party like that anymore. What are you talking about? There's no like major events anymore. Like everyone's past the ages where like they would throw big parties. So who would do it? No one that's gonna do it. Like, and then they said, what about me? Like, in my wedding or something. And my parents interrupted. Well, you're assuming that he's gonna get married. Like, that's because of something my cousin said. He is under the assumption that young people nowadays don't get married. They just kind of stick around each other. Like they hang out. They don't do the legal stuff. They might have kids and stuff, but they don't legally officially get married. Bit of a hassle. So that's his point basically. And my parents were like repeating that point. But then at some point I finally got to say something. I was like, well, maybe not my cousins, but like I do want to. But it's not like how you think. It's not how you think. It's not how you think. Any of you guys, you're all wrong. It's not gonna be like anything you think it's gonna be like. Because why would it be? It's about me. It's not about what you expect. Like a party is supposed to be a time where people get to do stuff they like doing. So like if you have someone that likes dancing, they get to dance. You get someone that likes to eat specific food, they get to do that. If you have someone that likes to play and jam out like on an instrument, yeah, they can do that. It's a party. You get to have fun. If people enjoy playing video games, we'll sit around and play video games because it's supposed to be fun. That's the point of a party. It's not supposed to be forcing or expecting everyone to do the same thing just because it's traditional. That's a waste of time. So I'm not gonna have a big thing. I don't want a big thing. None of us want a big thing. Where you invite a bunch of people you don't really care about because you have to. None of it's necessary. If you don't like the people, you don't have to invite them. Don't invite them. Why would you do that? They suck. There's no point in inviting them because they suck. You know, is my logic to this. And specifically my uncle, him and a bunch of other family were the ones against me ever going to meet my partner in person because they live far. And they told me I was crazy. They told me I shouldn't do it. He specifically threatened my dad to like take me to a therapist or something. Whoops. Take me to therapy to get my head examined or brainwashed is literally the words he used. But he won't say any of this to my face, by the way, because they're all cowards and afraid of me, I think, for some reason. But yeah, I know that's what they did behind the scenes. My aunt too. She also was constantly yelling at my mom, or not yelling, but like telling her that, like when I did leave, that I'm never gonna come back, and that she lost her son, and that I'm never gonna return. They're not gonna let me return, and she's gonna lose me and never see me again. Just casually telling her that every day or two, as my mom is like extremely afraid for me and worried about me. And sometimes I wouldn't have enough time in the day to call, so I'd miss the calling window. And she'd like stay up all night long waiting for me to call. And I didn't know. I thought she was asleep, so I didn't call. Like, oh, she should probably sleep. And I'll call in the morning. And constant stress caused by these other family members. There's no way I'm inviting you to a party of mine to celebrate being with this person that you specifically were against me being with. At the very least, I'm not gonna invite you. I should do more stuff. I should do negative things towards you. But I'm not gonna. Just because it's not beneficial to me. So, it's not worth it, really. You deserve it, but it's not worth it. So, no, you're not gonna come to a party of mine. You're crazy. You are literally crazy. Ironically, accusing me of being crazy. But anyway, it's a whole different thing. I personally thought that was funny. Like, they thought they were like, they had a chance of being invited. No. Why would you think that? It's ridiculous. Which makes it funny to me. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. So goodbye to YouTube. Twitch already crashed or something, I don't know.